Good morning, everyone. This is Hema. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all here on behalf of ISDE Academy Private Limited and PS Quality Certification Private Limited. ISDE Academy focusing on providing quality education, thereby developing skills and enhancing empowerment to professionals by narrowing the gap in expectations between industries and educational institutions globally. Now, ISDE is an established professional research and development institution, well supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professionals focusing towards quality. In today's era of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we are adopting the following technologies in our training. We offer a wide spectrum of institutional oriented training program from student orientation training, student placement training, NAC awareness sessions, value-added courses in health sciences, engineering, arts and science, IQAC training, and faculty development programs in various domains. Our mission, the mission of ISD Academy is to serve the people of South Asia in creating, communicating, preserving and applying knowledge, art and academic values and in developing leaders and citizens who will challenge the present and enrich the future of our country. Our vision is to be the most globally recognized technical academy in South Asia. We strive to produce highly employable graduates through our dedicated staffs who shall set global standards, making our students technically superior. Our aim is to provide top quality training to your staff, teaching skills that can be transferred realistically to the workplace. Today, we are happy to collaborate with Vinayaka Mission School of Allied Health Sciences for this webinar on designing a robust and transparent educational process. Now, I will request Dr. Tamil Chudar from Vinayaka Mission School of Allied Health Sciences to give an introduction about their institution. Ma'am, can you please take over the session? Tamil Chudar, ma'am?
Thank you, Hema. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're. Continue, ma'am, please.
Good morning, all. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this session on designing a robust and transparent educational process organized by School of Allied Health Sciences, VMRF-DU, and ISDE Academy, India. Going by the quote of Socrates, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. We at School of Allied Health Sciences always find novel and better ways to keep ourselves ahead of others. And the ISO certifications that we have received stands testimonial to our constant efforts and our motive to better ourselves each day. School of Allied Health Sciences is a unit of Vinayaka Mission's Research Foundation, which is the first deemed to be university in Salem. We are currently running 15 undergraduate programs and 11 postgraduate programs, and also 3 diploma courses in the stream of Allied Health Sciences. And we are the only educational institute to have Allied Health Sciences courses exclusively. We are the only institution to have department-specific simulation lab within the campus, which helps in hands-on training. And we also help students to gain and update knowledge and skills through the department-specific conferences year after year. We are proud to be the very first educational institution in India to have received ISO 21001-2018 and Workplace Assessment for Safety and Hygiene, the WASH certification, approved by QCI. And we are the only institution in state to have received ISO 14001-2015 certification too. Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast, said William Shakespeare. With lot of cheer, I welcome our dynamic Dean and Director of School of Allied Health Sciences, Professor Dr. B. Senthil Kumar, the ISDE Academy team, and all the esteemed participants from different institutions across the globe for an enlightening session. Wishing you all a very good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction. So for today's webinar on designing a robust and transparent educational process, I would like to introduce our well-known speaker, edutech professional, Mr. K. Satyanarayanan, who's having a decade of research experience in quality education and industrial segments on health and safety. Disruptive technologies made him to choose edutech technology as his profession. His life mission is to reach 10 million young minds of our nation through his global training activities, podcast, and through an initiative, Quality Education for All movement to attain UNESCO 2030 sustainable goals. His holistic design of training sessions, social activities is making positive transformations among educators, industrialists, and students. He strongly believes the quote, champion mindset, champion yourself. His position includes Board of Advisor for ISDE Academy India Private Limited, Technical Advisor for Respro Labs, Learning and Development Head, Servo Safety Equipment, Quality Management System Lead Auditor, Educational Organization Management System Lead Auditor, and first lead auditor to train more than 50 Educational Organization Management System Lead Auditors in India. Board of Study Member Rajalakshmi Institutions, Young Alumni Committee Convener, College of Engineering Gindi, and successfully designed effective IKC structure for more than 25 institutions. He is an IKC member for around 10 institutions and some renowned institutions at Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Pondicherry, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh. Mr. K. Satyanarayanan, I'm happy to welcome you here.
Thank you, Mrs. Hema, for your graceful introduction. Very good morning. Very good morning, my dear educators. I've been much thankful for ISDE team and Vinayaka mission for organizing this webinar on this time, most needed time. Once again, welcoming you all for this presentation on how to design our educational process. It's a very unique model. I've been I've been doing a research on the quality education for all for the past 7 years. Previous year, once this pandemic hit our people, I felt that yes, there should be a robust model, there should be a transparent model, which can able to serve our students, which can able to give a confidence to our educators. That made me to develop this model. From last year, this model has been adopted by around 13 institutions all over the India, and they have been doing very good. They can able to manage the second wave. So in this thought process, I've been much more happy to share my knowledge, to share my opinion, and share my observations on this, how to design a robust and transparent educational process. What we are going to see today, what will be the takeaway will be educational service model threat. Yes, of course, I hope everyone have been here to get the answer for this. For getting a solution, for getting an answer, first we have to know what is the threat, what is the problem we all have been facing. We may be facing, a few of the institutions may be facing right today, or some of the institution may face 2 or 3 months later. So it's always better to have a prevention plan, to have a better plan to handle that. Key changes for institutional growth. What are the key changes we have to do? These two key changes, my dear educational professionals. This key changes is much important. Once I have been telling you, you can able to correlate, you can able to relate with your institution, and you can able to say that yes, whether this key changes is being needed or not on this time. The third one is the 7 foundational activities which is being needed for all the education sectors, irrespective of the service, irrespective of the shape. Once I've been telling you the 7 foundational activities, how as a top level management persons, how as a top level persons, how you can able to drive these 7 foundational activities. This 7 foundational activities is going to give lot of return on investment for your service model. If any one of the spokes is not working on, it's like a bicycle running in a spokes in a wheel. If any one of the spokes is not working on, the entire wheel system can able to disrupt it. So we are going to see what are the 7 foundational activities. The last one is role of a top management, role of us in this pandemic. This will be the key takeaway. My dear educators, before going into the session, I just want to tell you all the well-renowned universities in the world are not developed within a day. It is their aspirations. It is their aspiration that made them to have lot of transformations. Lot of transformation has been happened. Now they are inspiring us. So, what is our aspirations? How we are going to transform? Then only we can able to become a very inspiring type of institution. I think this is a right stage. This is a right time to adopt few models which we are going to talk today. Okay, challenges as educators, challenges as a educational organization. This challenges has been, yes, it has been common for both educational organizations and also for our educators. Goal not meeting. We have been putting a goals. Goal number one, goal number two, goal number three. Are the goals are meeting or not? Next very important thing which I've been facing as a challenge is nothing but upskilling in skill required consistently. I may be now today in this era, I may be training my students, my learners towards the technologies. It may be of IoT, it may be of artificial intelligence. It will take time, yes or no? It will take 2 or 3 years. Once we have been doing upskilling, there is a change in the technology. The employers community has been asking some other skill. There is a consistent change. There's a consistent change in the requirement and upskilling activities also. How we are going to do that? And the last one is the poor admissions and also the placements. This last one is one of the biggest pain point all of the institutions we have been facing right now. These are the some of the challenges we have been facing, a very important challenges. We have to get the answers for that. And also you will be getting the critical questions in such a way that how I can able to set a goal. If I will not setting a goal, how I can able to set a goal, how I can able to track the goal, how I can able to achieve the goal. Yes, I know how to set the goal, how to track the goal, and how to achieve the goal. And last one is the critical questions you may be asking is how to build a win-win strategy. How to build a win-win strategy, win for learners and also for educators, win for our institution and also for our learners. How to build that? How that build that robust model? Yes, we are going to no, we are going to get answer for all of this. We can able to see a poll in your screen right now. Are you facing a same challenge? Okay, 1 minute. The time is 1 minute. You can able to, if you have been having a same challenge, you can able to put yes. If it is not, you can able to put no. I hope you can able to see the polling in your screen right now. Last 30 seconds. Last 20 seconds. Okay, share results. I think 79 percentage. I think 79 percentage of our educators of our institution are feeling that yes, we are also facing a same challenge. The 21 percentage, yes, you may not have that challenge, but once we have been seeing this model, you can able to relate your challenge with any one of the pain points which we have been going to share today. Peter F. Drucker is one of the management guru. In 1997, he has been shared this quote. University's own survey. A future is outside the traditional campus, outside the traditional classroom. Distance learning is coming on fast. This person have been quoted this on 1997. The visionary statement. I hope how long it can able to happen to have the distance model, to have the robust model. Here you can able to see how the change in the need of our education system has been consistently, it has been changing. The model is changing, yes. The need is changing, yes. In 2020, we have been listed the top 10 skills which has been required by the industry peoples. In 2015, we can able to see that what are the skills have been required by our industry peoples. There may be some correlations will be there, but some of the new skills has been added, some of the skills has been deleted. So, my dear educators, here we can able to understand a thing in such a way that our system is changing. Yes, we can able to be with that. On this pandemic, everyone will say yes for this. Yes, our system is changing. The requirement is also changing. So I've been coined a term called Education 5.0 6 months before. Education 5.0. What is Education 5.0? Education 5.0, but it will take time in our country to come this Education 5.0. Is nothing but it is purely based on artificial intelligence. Yes, humans will be there, teachers will be there, but the training will be going to be a purely based on an artificial based system. I will give you a small thing. If I want to give you example, if I want to give you example right now, what I will do, I will share my knowledge. What are the things I've been saw? What are the things I've been experienced? I can able to share it as example. But in Education 5.0, the thing is entirely different. It's based on the learner's experience, based on the learner exposure. The examples will be there, associate learning will be there. So this is a system which has been slowly, it has been coming on. Here I just want to say you, my dear friends, there is a distribution, population distribution curve of our country. Here you can able to see, here you can able to see the curve from this curve to this range, from this 10, from this to 30, there is a wide spread of people. In this pandemic, I always, whenever I've been interacting with the institutional persons, institutional channels, I will tell that in this pandemic, this sector people, this sector people is contributing more. This sector people are contributing towards more towards the energy, towards the knowledge, towards the experience. What about this sector 30 to 34 to from 20 to 34? How they have been contributing? Very less amount of contribution in the sense what our country is expecting now is it's a contribution based on the knowledge, based on the creativity, based on the new innovations. So why it has been not happening, or what has been going wrong? My dear friends, the model, the educational model which we have been taught for this group, it may be sufficient on the time. The same model which is not sufficient, or it may require the some change has to be there in our model. This pandemic, this second way is teaching the first lesson that only. Because how long I've been not saying that there is no contribution at all, but there is less contribution once we have been comparing to the age above 35. They are contributing more, they are doing a lot of things. So there is a disparate need in change of our educational service model. I will always term education as a service model, education service model. So what the change we have been going to do, designing a robust educational model, designing a win-win model, is a science, because designing a robust educational model and also to get benefit out of it is a science. What is a science? You can able to ask me, Satya, why you have been telling it is a science? It's a science, my dear educators. It's a science. What's a science? If we are following the principles, if we are following the step-by-step procedures, it will give the same result to myself, it will give the same results to you. The result is same once we follow the steps. So designing a robust educational model, designing a win-win model is purely a science. It's like an opportunity. Now it's an opportunity, my dear friends. Now this designing a robust model is an opportunity to us, as I've been told you. So don't let the opportunity go from your hand. You can able to, before going into the next slide, you can able to ask me whether you can able to ask me whether you have been going to talk about any technological incorporations. No, technological the type of technological incorporation is the second step we are going to talk, but not in this webinar. But the system we are going to set the system from. If you can able to set the system, you can able to build blocks into that. How we are going to do that? Okay, how we are going to do that? University of Cambridge. University of Cambridge, we all know, very renowned university. A lot of university has been having an inspiration towards Cambridge University. They introduced they introduced 65 online courses. Actually, before a pandemic itself, there is a online courses are there from Cambridge. But after this pandemic, they introduced more number of online courses, even few courses without any bugs, without any payments. We can able to enroll and we can able to finish the few sessions, few of the courses in the preliminary stage. Why I've been showing this? It's not only Cambridge. You can able to ask me, Sadhya, why you have been showing Cambridge? It's not only Cambridge. Most of the renowned universities in India, they have been shifted. There's a sandwich type. My dear friends, now after this pandemic, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, whatever it may be, make sure that we are having a agile. Once I've been talking for this webinar to a few of my friends of the institution, I told that I will give you a AI model. Eventually, one of the vice chancellor told me, it is not possible. Artificial intelligence into incorporating a system is very critical model. I I told him very humbly, it is not artificial intelligence, it will agile incorporation. We are going to see the model. We are going to see that model right now. What is the key changes? Okay, we have been into the model. First, we are going to see what are the key changes you have to do right now in your institutional. What are the key threats we are facing right now? The first one is the service model. Our educational service model is the first thing. You have to do a key change of it. Yes or no? Yes, agreed. I hope you can. Everyone will tell. Yes, I've been agreed towards this because system is changing. Requirement. The system has been changing. Requirement has been changing. The external condition has been changing. Yes, it is a time that I have to revamp my service model, education service model. My dear friends, before changing the service model, you have to know what are the threats you are having in this model. Before identifying the problem, we can't be able to find a right solution. So there are two threats I've been going to say on this service model, very important threats. One is the disruption threat. What is the disruption type of threat? You have to analyze whether any technology is giving a threat for your service model. Any technology or alternate option replace the way my student attaining degree or obtaining the degree. It's nothing but whether there is a technological threat or there is any alteration model that can able to bring this process, my service model, a threat. Yes, I hope there is some threat towards this. If you can able to find this threat, if you are accepting this threat, what are the options you are going to have? Option number one, prepare a protect plan against the change. You have to prepare a protect plan against a change. Protect plan is nothing but how I can able to protect, how I can able to protect from this disruption threat. The second option will be you be the first person, you be the first institution to implement that disruption change or disruption technology which can be emerged on the next 2 or 3 years. You can be the first person. Or option three, you can explore changing your business, changing your service model. What are the different changes I can able to do? So my dear educators, we are going to have only three options here for this thread. First, you have a protective plan at least for this 2 years. Then in between that, we are going to work out with the option two, whether I can able to implement it. The third one is the explore changing your business. Okay, the next one on this educational service model is the next threat towards our model is value threat. Yes, my dear educators, value threat. You have to see whether the students are joining my institution, they are seeing it as a value or they are seeing it as a vanity. They are seeing it as a pride, or they are seeing it, okay, no other go, I've been joining in this institution. The value threat, what we are going to do? Yes, some of the institutions are facing this value threat, particularly after this pandemic. How we are going to handle this? That there's option one, what we can able to do, design a plan to attract with the right attitude. How we can able to increase their value? What are the things I have to concentrate to attack this value threat and offer product? There is a second option you have been having is offer product and service that are highly priority of existing education sector. What you can able to do, you can able to, there are value threat is there. How I can able to analyze, how I can able to feel this value threat is before this pandemic, whether my students are coming to joining my institution as a value, or my students while they have been finishing and obtaining a degree, they are feeling it as a value, or they are feeling it as a vanity. So if you have to have this two analysis, then there are two options. Which one suits you? You can able to have it. You can able to have it, and you can able to do it right now. So first thing, what we have been saw now is there is a threat in our educational system model. Two, next we are going to see about a threat in our marketing model. Before seeing this threat, I think before seeing this threat, what we can able to do, we can able to do is to to address this model, to address this pain. What we are going to do is we have been doing, we have been going to this part. We are thinking that yes, to increase the value, okay, to increase the value of our institution for our courses, we need a better marketing. So lot of marketing we have been doing. Our the marketing strategies we are doing is being right, or we need a better marketing style. Yes, my dear educators, marketing is not self-promotion. Self-promotion is nothing but it's not our self-promotion, it is not the self-promotion of our institute. Marketing is a value addition. You can able to see it this way. If as a learner, as a learner, if I want to inculcate the value to my learners, if I've been saying about my institution, about my course I've been going to deliver, about the way I've been going to deliver, that's good. But are we self-promoting? Are we are adding values? There, 80 to 90% we are doing only marketing, self-promotion. Are the learners are attracted towards that? Are the learners is going to take care for that? No, of course. You can able to see, you can able to go after the session, you can able to search your Amazon platform. What are the things you have been bought? I have a need, then I have been purchased that. So in this marketing strategy, in this marketing thread, my dear educators, always make sure that you understand the pain area of the learner. You understand the problem, you understand the need, then you give a solution, then they can able to attract, or then they can able to realize, yes, this institute is going to address my problem, or it's going to give a ladder to my dream. It's going to be a journey which I can able to get my dream job. So what way we are going to do? There are three options, or are three things in marketing. Always you have to do it. Storytellers will rule the world, will rule the entire world. Storytelling is nothing but tell about different stories, not about our institution, associated with your institution. How the students from this sector have been joined in your institution, how the transformation has been happened, and what way now the students have been doing in their life. Tell the successful stories. So whenever we have been sharing the stories, they can able to associate that with that. The learner can able to associate, and he can able to feel the value. Next, educate, educate about a particular course, educate about a domain. Share the post instead of sharing our brochures. You can able to share the valuable information of that particular domain. Keep on sharing, so the learner can able to see, yes, my specialization is robotics, my specialization is nursing. There they would have been, they would have been browsed, and they can able to see a lot of posts in your Insta, or in your Twitter, or in your Facebook. So in this domain, this institution has been posting a lot of valuable information, so they can able to understand the value, you can able to convince. Next, entertain in the means of their placements, how they have been getting placed, how you have been doing this journey. If these are the things we have to inculcate now, it's not that what are the course we have been doing, what are the things we have been doing. It's may or may not, 90 percentage it may not attract it. Now it's not going to give value to our educators. I hope you can able to understand, and you can able to say yes for this very important thing. So the key changes here, I think the key changes here is educational service model. The next one is the marketing, how the marketing model has to be changed. We saw this is the two key changes. After this webinar, you can able to have an analysis, you can straight away, you can able to eat this two model, you can able to find the results within 45 days. You can able to taste the success. Now, as I told you, very important session we have been seeing on is the 7 foundational activities to build a robust model. 7 foundational activity. Every organization, okay, every organization,
This guy looks very simple.
if you have been seeing, this 7 activities is a mandatory activities. Once you are going to strengthen this model, once you are going to make this model as a systematic one, you can able to taste success in any kind of situation or any kind of environment. So what are the 7 foundational models we are going to see? The first one is the marketing model. Yes, we all the institution is having, except the government institution, a market. Even nowadays the government institution for the newer courses which they have been obtaining, they are forced to do the marketing. For why we have been going to do marketing? Marketing is for admission generation. Are we having a systematic procedure? Are we having a systematic procedure for doing this marketing? As I told, what way, what time, how we are going to do? Are we having a special team? Are we having a search engine optimization? Are we having the capturing the needs of the learners? You can able to say, Satya, I've been done it 2 years before. My dear educators, my dear leaders, learners' expectation and needs are changing even month by month. So you should have a very, very, very deep strategy towards this. Once this marketing has been done, the next model we have been seeing it as a admission. Admission is nothing but a revenue generation model. I've been telling my lead auditors of EOMS. You imagine, okay, imagine at the start of the academic year, okay, starting of the academic year, if 400 students are coming for admission, in that 30 to 40 is going to be converted, or even 60, or even 70 in a better way. Okay, even 70. Okay, I've been with you. The system is very good. So the 70% conversion is there. That's good. What about the remaining 30%? What we are doing with that 30%? Few of my lead auditors told me, few of the persons from the institutions, they have told me, why we have to care about that, Satya? Why you are telling that you have to care about that 30%? That 30%, yes, you have to care about them. If the 30% they have been care, they are having a need, we can't able to fulfill, or we can't able to convince them. But if we can able to have a better process of admission, you can able to say whether I can able to convert that. No, I'm not talking about the conversion at all. I'm talking about they can be converted as a marketer for your institution. In what way? Imagine I've been coming to your institution for admission. Yet, while discussing about the admission of a particular course or a particular model, if you, as an institution, if you can able to provide me what is the program outcomes, what is the requirement after finishing this course, after finishing this program, what are the career opportunities have been available? After finishing this program, what are the higher studies? What are the higher studies model you can able to go? These are the few things you have been added and you have been discussing with the learner. Yes, the learner may not feel comfortable or may not choose your institution, but surely he will share this with their friends, with the circle. Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because most of the other colleges, that learner is not have been coming here alone. He would have been, he will go to other institution also. They won't, they will tell only this course, this fees, and you have to study this year. But if you added this information, these are the few things. There are a lot of other integrants we have to put here. But once you introduce this change, course, what is the program, what is the different course you have been going to study under this program, at the end of the program, what is the job opportunities, what is the higher education opportunities, what are the scholarship has been available. That's it. So again, I've been telling that Are we having a systematic procedure? Are we having a systematic system which can able to do that? My dear friends, once we are having a system, once we are having a process, then only I can able to compare what the level from 2019 to 2020, whether the process is running in a right way or not. Or we may or we will doing the output. We are comparing the output. Okay, that's good. But what about the intermediate systems? Have a eye, have a indicator on the intermediate system also to ensure that your output in this admission process is being attained as per your wish. The next one is the teaching and learning. First, second, the third activity, very important activity in our service model is that teaching and learning. Teaching and learning. Why we are going to do this teaching and learning? Teaching and learning towards the value and happiness, towards the value and happiness of our learners. In my sessions, I always pronounce a word called holistic education. Now we all have been moving slowly, we have been transferring towards the holistic education. You can able to ask me, Satya, we are affiliated college. The entire syllabi is being formed by the university. How it is possible to make sure we are providing this holistic education? My dear friends, this syllabi is common, but the teaching style is different. I can able to adapt my teaching style. I can able to make sure my assessments, internal assessments can able to trigger this holistic model. We may be giving a lot of weightage to our IQ. There are social quadrant, there are emotional quadrant, there are adversity quadrant. Everything, this IQ, SQ, EQ, AQ, it's all four is going to be the holistic education. Are my learners have been feeling that? Are my learners have been, we are giving them the associate learning, as I told you. Are we making our teaching in such a way that it is upgraded for this new era? Lot of questions is there. So this teaching and learning itself is one of the very essential and key area. You have to know that how to how to incorporate this experimental learning. Lot of things we have been talking on. Introduce few things for at least for this subject before doing. I think before you have been going for this curriculum planning, in that curriculum planning itself, introduce in this unit, in this area, in this part, I am going to do this, I am going to incorporate this, I am going to teach in such a way that emotional quadrant is going to be triggered, and how I have been going to evaluate that. That's very important. We are talking about the Bloom's taxonomy. While you are giving me a question paper, while the student, the learner is understood why this question is being asked in this question paper, what is the need for that? So everything, as I told you, starting from the curriculum planning, after doing your evaluation, that is a chain of different activities. That entire activities is called the teaching and learning process. Our teaching and learning process is adding value each year. You have to say whether it is giving happiness to my learners, when it will give happiness to my learners, when I am teaching when I am going to teach the things which they want, when I am going to teach in such a way that they are understanding in a better way. I can able to pronounce a survey, a survey pattern which you can also able to use to your students. There is a survey pattern known as O'Brien pattern. OBRIEN, O'Brien pattern. O'Brien pattern, once you have been made the survey with your learners, you know how much, you are going to know how much percentage of your class students are comfortable in their visionary learning, how much in their auditory, and how much in the kinesthetic. In what way it's going to be helpful for you? It's going to be more useful for my learners. My dear friends, whenever I've been taking a class for my students, I will do this first at starting of my semester. I will observe them how much percentage of the students are comfortable in visual learning, how much in auditory learning. I will alter my teaching style according to that. The next one is the fourth functional activity is the R&D model, research and development. Research and development, yes, we all the institute will be having it towards a technology, towards a domain. Here, my dear friends, I am talking a little bit different. Okay, this R&D, research and development, it's towards your systems. I hope you will be having the IQAC cell. How the IQAC cell can able to give you better results, how the parameters, how the criterions can able to upgrade, how the quality in your institution can able to deliver a better way, how the teaching and learning can able to be designed in such a way that it can be enjoyed by my students. Research and development. The research and development, there should be a, it's at least I can able to answer your queries. I can able to put it, I can able to answer your queries at the end of the session surely. This R&D, yes, towards our technology, towards our domain will be there. I firmly believe for the past 5 years I've been telling that every institution should have a R&D which incorporate a quality controller. As we are having a IQAC cell, in that IQAC cell, you should also have a research and development towards the quality, towards the process of your institution particularly. There may be one or two professors. Their main job should be how to have a better system, how to innovate, how to invent few activities, how to retain the quality which we have been defined, how to define the quality in some of the system which we have been not defining. R&D is one of the very important sectors which you can able to get new teaching, new service, or even new product. Here, the institution which have research, which had research and development, my dear educators, what they have been done before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, they realized once the pandemic hit in our country, from June 2020, they developed certification courses. They join hands with few of the universities abroad. They started 1 month, 2 month, 3 months course. So they are attracting the learners. They are operating their service model irrespective of the disturbance which has been there in the external factors. How it is possible? How it is possible? It is purely based on their research and development. Next one is the accounts. The next one is accounts. Yes, accuracy, compliance, and reporting is a main essential factors of our accounts model. Without report, if you are going to take any decisions without report, if we are going to take any decision, mean we are just rotating the money. So this accounts department is, yes, that's a very essential department. There are a lot of systematic, yes, of course we will be having a lot of systematic systems in our accounts. Make sure the systems are upskilled towards this pandemic. It can able to address the needs of this pandemic. Sixth spoke of this educational model is human resource. Very sensitive and very important spoke of this model is human resource. right person, right job, right time, at right place. This is the 4 R's which has to be done by our human resource department. Are we having a process for this? Are we having a process for selecting a right person, right time, with the right price? That's very important. Whenever we have been asking the HR persons, human resource persons, they will say that the candidate is good, but they have been asking, they have been demanding a ICTC. We can't be able to have that. So I've been asking, this is a job of the human resource. The job of the human resource is training and mentoring system. Training as per the competency of my educators, as per the competency of my educators. That's very important. It's not a training or it's not a type of FDP, faculty development program. We can able to choose and we can able to tell our faculties to do. It's not that. There's a process in such a way that you are going to analyze. You are going to analyze the competency, required competency. Yes, this is the competency which has been missed in this area. So I've been going to give this training. I've been selecting this FDP. After this FDP, are we going to check that? Are we checking that yes, the necessary competency have been developed? Are we checking it? We should have a process for that and make sure your employee are happy. You can able to ask me in what way. Yes, that's also is one of the part of human resources. One of the very important need, one of the important responsibility of the human resource department in Bhutan. I think Bhutan, we are being seeing a metrics. We have been seeing a requirement from Bhutan Accreditation Council. They are stating that you should have a happiness indicator. Every year you have to measure. You have to measure the happiness indicator. Good. So, my dear friends, here I just want to convey you the message that this is the core. These are the very core ultimate outcomes as to be done by the particular department. My question here is, are we having a prescribed systems? Are we having a procedure or well-defined system in such a way to get all of this outputs in a consistent way? Because that's very important. Yes, they may be giving that. Once the pandemic is normal, they are going to run. You can able to say, Satya is good. Once the pandemic is over, our system can able to give all this because we have been doing this, we have been doing this throughout the years. My dear friends, it's not so. When you can able to tell our system is a very rigid system and flexible system in such a way that it can able to give the same intended result irrespective of the external conditions. Yes, there will be a disturbance, but the disturbance is being tackled within a short duration of time. Here, before going into the seventh last very important spoke of this model, I just want to tell you there is a threat from 1 to 6. We have been saw a lot of from admission, from teaching and learning, and also we have been saw accounts and R&D, research and development. There are few buckets, 6 buckets we have been finished right now. There is a threat in this. What is the biggest threat? Biggest threat is 2 threats. The first threat, if we are not going to have a prescribed system, that is a very biggest threat. Yes, if I've been having a system, I've been following your documents, I am following the records. So what's the threat in that? The threat in this is, my dear friends, you have to understand this. The threat here, your institution is depending on humans. Your system is depending on a centralized leader, a leader who is taking care. It may be a principal, it may be a vice chairman, it may be a COO, whoever it is, a person, a leader who is taking care the entire six model, which I have been told as of now, who's designing a who's been designing a policy, who's been taking care on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, who's been going to monitor, who's been going to measure, who's been going to tell that yes, array, this system is not working. So this six models which we have been shown as of now, 60 percentage as of my opinions, as of my observation in few of the firms which I've been, few of the institution I am part of IQAC, I've been seeing that the six buckets have been observed, have been controlled, have been having a role, a dominant role by a person or two or three persons. But it is fine. But is it fine? No, my dear friends. No, not at all. Because we as a top management persons, you feel that if I am if I've been going to see in what way the teaching and learning can be improved, my concentration is not there in the previous two, admissions and marketing. Then I've been not going to get the lead. Then I've been going to say that yes, no, from this month, from this week, I have to concentrate in that. It's like a firefighting. Like a firefighting is nothing but we are only tackling the effects which are generated by each of these buckets, each of these domains. Yes or no? Whenever there is a effect, I've been running towards and I've been solving it. Within that time, there is another problem in another department. I've been going there and I have been solving that. There should not be the case. If that's the case, we can't be able to spend our time, energy into a system which we can able to think how to improve it, how to move further it, how we can able to compute with the global educators, with the global institution. And I will tell you the very saddest truth, my dear educators. While we are doing this, we are not addressing the problems at all. 80% of the time, we are addressing only the effects. Problem is different and the effect is different. Yes or no? Effects, whenever we have been going to address the effects, problem will remain there. So I will give you a clue, I will give you a tip here. Whenever you are going to address a problem next time in your institution, see it, make sure it, whether it is a problem or an effect. If we are going to handle only the effect, problem will be there, the effect will be in different forms. So I am going to spend the time only on this kind of effects alone. So what we need a system, we need a system driven process. All of the six, I need a system driven. We will see how to incorporate the system, how to make sure your process is started, your process can able to drive on a process basis, process driven process. It's not a human driven. So I hope you would have been agreed as of now. We are having a 7 department, 7 buckets, which is common to all education sectors, irrespective of the domains, irrespective of the size. It is common. You have to make sure that you are not going to be here and there. You are not going to run here and there for solving the problems of each department or effects of each department. We have to have a system that can be able to take care of it. Now, as I told you, the last and seventh spot of the wheel of our system is the top management. The critical activity, the most needed activity of the top management is not to address the problems. It's not at all, my dear educators. It's not at all. It's they have to spend time on their vision, vision, policy, mission, and strategy. You will ask, you can able to ask me, Satya, I've been already, we have defined the vision. My dear educators, you have been defined the vision before 2 years. What about the vision after this pandemic? Yes, we have been defined. That's good. Whether your value of your vision is being conveyed, is being communicated to your employees, whether they are aware about that. It's our duty. It's our duty to lay down a process. First thing, we should have a vision, a policy to has to be derived based on my vision. Then my mission, mission statement. What is mission statement? Purely based on my experience and the experience of my institution. How I can able to get, how I can able to do my job that can able to bring my vision closer. Strategy, how to attain. You would have been defined. These are my mission statement based on your and your institution experience. Your strategy is going to do that. In what way I'm going to attain? There should be a strategy planning, strategy developing is one of the key factors of the top management person. So these three things, CAS, I will be calling as a CAS, is one of the very important things as a top management we have to do. Clarity in goals. Clarity in goals. There should be a goal clarity towards all the employees, which whoever they have been working in our institute, whether they have been having a goal clarity, whether we have set the goals. The next one is the roles, goals and roles, whether that their roles are defined or not. It's not that based on the need, I'm telling that you can able to do that, you have to do that. It's not so. As a top management person, this two clarity is must. One is goals, the second one is roles. Next one is accelerate the performance. How I can able to accelerate, how I can able to put my leg on the accelerator pedal in such a way that my human resource department can able to hire right people at right time, delegating roles, reviewing performance and feedback. Very important thing. By performance appraisal, reviewing the performance. Are we having a system for that? Are we having a procedure for that? And firing the wrong people. Yes, it's also is one of the things. We can't be able to keep the wrong people with us to accelerate our performance, to bring a better culture in our institute. I have to fire the wrong people at the right time. To fire the wrong people, first I should able to identify who are the wrong people in my institution. Yes, sir. For that I need time, I need a system, I need a template which can able to identify that. And strategic growth, clarity, yes, accelerate performance, it's that alone not sufficient in this pandemic time, my dear friends. We need a third thing called strategic growth. How I can able to find a new geographical location or new geographical area I can able to serve the learners, to identify that. Next one is how to have a new partnership with the other institution, with the abroad institution, or with the institution which they have been having a different domains. a cross-functional knowledge sharing, and finding the new opportunities. Finding the new opportunities. So CAS, clarity, accelerate the performance, and strategic growth. These are the three areas as a top management person I have to do it. As a comparison, after this webinar, you can able to have a comparison. What are the areas I've been doing right now? As a top management person, I am responsible for doing all these three things. Have a self-analysis. Next, once you have been done this, it is one of the futuristic view. I can able to tell that. As you told, there should not be any human dependency at all. As we are feeling it right now, there should not be any human driven at all. Always my entire institutional has to run in a process way, in a systematic way. So in such a way that I can able to keep on adding values to that. Why we are asking about a system, we are asking about a process. It's nothing but, my dear educators, once you are having a system, once you are having a process, then only you can be able to understand whether my system is running, my institution is running as per my plan or not. To make sure, this is the three focus area to build your institution without the top management presence. If you want to do it, this is the three important thing. TSS. You should develop a team which is committed and a competent. There should be a competency and there should be a commitment. Both should be there. My team is a competent person, but they are not committed means it's not going to serve the purpose. They are committed. I can able to say, sir, this employees are with our institution for the last 20 years. Commitment is there, but competency is not there. Competency is not there. It is not their fault. We have to make sure that we have been adding values and we have been increasing the competency. So, my dear educators, my dear top management persons, make sure you are building a second line leaders. Build a team which has commitment and competency that is going to serve our process. Say that is going to serve our process. Next one is the system. Satya, you are talking about system process. It's based on papers or it is a very time-oriented job. It will have a lot of time. It is going to kill our time. It's not so. As I told you, simple, sustainable process. Have a system which is simple and sustainable. System that can be accepted by all of your employees, that can be followed, and that can be added values in future. Simple systems. Next one is the systems to set goals. How you are going to set goals. Setting goal itself is a very big process, my dear educators. It's not that I am having this kind of desire as a top management person. Can I able to set it as a goal? It's not so. The goals is the goal which we are going to set. It should be practically possible. It should be attainable. So, a smart. We would have been here this term called smart. Here, the goal is nothing but by analyzing your current, current internal and external issues, the expectations from your shareholders, everything has to be analyzed, and then you have to set the goals. Next, I've been set the goals. I've been identify the goals. I've been set the goals. What is the next one? System to track and achieve goals. If we are not going to have a system to track and achieve goals, the first two ladders is not going to be useful for me at all. So you should have a tracking mechanism. For example, I can able to share an example in this. If you are going to set a goal in such a way that your placement, okay, your placements is going to be 95 percentage on the coming year. Good, you have been set the goal. How you are going to achieve that goal? How we are going to achieve that? Are we going to provide certification? Are we going to provide value-added courses? Are we going to arrange a series of webinars like this with the industry-oriented person? Are we going to capture the needs of the industrialist? This is the system to achieve the goals. Next one is how to track it. How to track it. What are the metrics? What is the key parameters we are going to give to our admission department? Not only at the end, okay, not only at the end of the process, because at the end of the process I can only able to further refine it for the next year only. Yes, sir. For the next year, I can be able to refine it. It's not going to helpful for this year. Make sure you are having a intermediate key performance indicator. You can able to ask me how it is possible. In this example, I can able to tell you once you are going to give a value added certification, a series of webinar, intermediately, okay, intermediate of the way I can able to arrange a mock interviews. A mock interview, it's not an interview, a mock interview with the industries or with the alumni or with the interested groups. You can able to conduct that and you can able to measure the conversion rate, key performance indicator, intermediate key performance indicator. So if anything has to be rectified, then and there you can able to rectify that. In technological terms, they have been calling it as a twin designing pattern. Twin design pattern. At time of the design itself, you have to see everything else before it has been converted into a product. Every rectification has been done in the design process itself. Same way, you can able to bring it at least for the few important process, admission, teaching and learning, and about their placements. These are the few vital processes we are going to have in our institution. And strategy. The last part is the strategy. What is the profitable service model? How profitable we are, how profitable our institution is, what way we can able to do this. So once you are having this a very good team, a very good system and a strategy, my dear friends, my dear educators, I can able to tell you, developing a strategy is one of the skill which if you can able to do this, if you can able to do it in a right way at the right time, you can able to gain lot and lot of things in the time. Don't delay into this. Do you have any questions? Now you can able to ask me. Before that, I can able to tell you. Okay, I can able to tell you a small thing, and then I can able to pass it for the questions. The thing is, over this pandemic, we as an institution, yes, we are facing lot of toughest situation. We are facing lot of challenges. The same thing we will see the other part of the learning industry, the online learning industry. They are growing some 100 to 150 percentage. They are growing in 20x to 30x. How is this possible? When you are finding time, have a research towards that. So there is a need for learning. Of course, there is a need for learning. If I've been having a agile system, agile is a flexible system that can able to serve my learners. Surely I can able to find that win-win path. So as a small recap, as I promised you at starting of this webinar, I promised you to share about the educational service model threats. We saw there are two important threats about our model, about the marketing threat, how we are going to handle that, and what is the key changes for institutional growth. We saw what are the key changes you have to do for our institutional growth. Next, we saw about the 7 spokes of our service, education service model. Each spoke is very, very important. As a top management person, I can't be able to run and I can't be able to rectify each time. So I should have a process, I should have a system, I should have a second line leaders who can able to take care of the system. The last one is role of a top management. We saw that, and also we saw that without me, without the top management, how you are going to operate your institution. With this, thank you. Now it is open for question and answers. You can able to post. You can able to post your answers. You can able to post your questions in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, based on this O'Brien pattern, uh, I will tell you because few of us having a doubt on this O'Brien pattern. The learning, okay, the O'Brien pattern is saying that how comfortable I can able to learn. How a student is going to learn? The student is going to learn based on the 5 senses only. Okay, the predominant senses. Okay, based on the senses, we are going to learn. Each learner is having a predominant sense. Is having a predominant sense is such a way that my predominant sense is by auditory. I I love to learn new things. I love to learn difficult things. If I've been going to hear that, I can able to learn very easily and very quickly. Same difficult or new concept, if you are going to present me without much dominant on this auditory on a visual mode, or you are going to give me an experimental mode, okay, a type of kinesthetic. If you are going to give me the tools and if you have been going to do that based on experimental learning, I may not feel comfortable, I may not associate, and I may lose the importance or the gist of the concept. So in what way it is most useful is, first you have to have, before you are taking that particular group of learners, you have to have, I think there will be some 30 questionnaires will be there. 30 questionnaires, you can able to give that to the learners and then you can able to collect and then you can able to see how much percentage, okay, whether there is 60 to 70 percentage of the learners in that particular group are comfortable in learning by their visionary. So if it is so, you have to change your teaching and learning that predominance, that have predominantly towards the visionary. And the other way also we can able to work it on. If a student is coming to me, if a learner is coming to me to ask a doubt, when she or he has been telling that I can't be able to understand the concept which you have been taught us on previous week, what I have to do, instead of repeating the same thing, what I've been doing is I will open that folder, I will see which sense this learner is comfortable of. Then I will compare what way I have been taught that particular class. If it is not the predominant sense, then I will try to make sure that the predominant sense has been included in my teaching pattern, so I can able to convey my knowledge, convey my teaching to that particular child in a very easy way. I hope it would have been added value towards your questions which you have been asked. Any other questions? Last 5 minutes we can able to take, another 5 minutes we can able to take, and then I can able to hand over the session to Mrs. Emma. Okay, my dear educators, there is no questions. Okay, thank you. I hope you would have been understood the importance of how to decide your institutional model. That's very important, because without we have been doing this, if we have been going to add values into the system, it's not going to serve us at all. I once again thank Vinayaka Missions for this wonderful opportunities and also choosing this particular topic on this pandemic time. And also I thank ISD Academy for making these arrangements. Thank you once again. Thank you all. If you are having any other further queries, you can able to draft a mail and you can able to contact, you can able to drop it on to ISD Academy. I can able to get that and I can able to reply. Thank you once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Satyanarayanan, for the wonderful session. Again, an excellent presentation. Thank you so much. And now it's my honor to introduce Dr. B. Senthil Kumar, Dean and Director of School of Allied Health Sciences, Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, deemed to be University. He hails from the beautiful temple city of Kanchipuram in India and has acquired the following qualifications starting from BDS, MBA, MPH, MPhil, HH, SM, DLit, DSE, FISRO, FSASS, FRS, PH UK, FSA, PHO UK, MDP in HM and DA, IIM Ahmedabad. He is also a qualified NABH assessor, CII SREHS assessor, certified Six Sigma Black Belt in quality, ISO lead auditor for ISO 9001 2015, ISO 14001 2015, ISO 45001 2018, and ISO 21001 2018 standard. He ensured diploma in family medicine and diploma in emergency medicine courses accredited with Royal College of General Practitioners, UK. He is the executive member in purchase committee of the WIMS Hospital Salem. He is the executive member in NABH accreditation process and quality control board in the WIMS Hospital Salem. Secretary for the infection control committee, WIMS Hospital. Chief executive member of ethical committee, WIMS Hospital. Chief Executive in International Affairs of the Vinayaka Missions and working out for the collaborations with Harvard University. He also holds the valuable post and memberships of being the Chairman, Board of Studies, Allied Health Sciences, Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation, Salem, Subcommittee member in CAI Southern Region on Education, Skills and Job Creation for the year 2021 to 2022. Member in CII Tamil Nadu Healthcare Panel and member in CAHO Startup Tech Committee. With a rich 25 years of experience including academics, he has published 25 research papers and articles, had been invited as a guest speaker and a panelist in around 30 international and national events, organized 20 international and national conferences and 100 plus webinars. As a recognition for his outstanding and excellent contribution to various academic and research activities, he had been awarded 21 prestigious and honorary awards by different international and national conclaves. The CSR activities organized by him for the benefit of the society has been well appreciated and acclaimed by people of all sectors. His vision is to work towards an education system of equal access to all. He is a dynamic and versatile person having a quest for knowledge and is continuously marching towards success. Sir, I welcome you here. I would request you to take over the session after a short video presentations from Vinayaka Missions.
Thanks, Emma. Thanks for the wonderful welcome. Yeah, very warm and fabulous morning to each one of you present here. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of this webinar on designing a robust and transparent educational process, which organized by ISDE Academy India and jointly with School of Allied Sciences Vinayaka Mission Research Foundation. I strongly believe that the education is not only a basic right, but a fundamental part of the society. So the quality of educational providers is everyone's concern. While we can't necessarily guarantee outcomes, there is a lot that educational organization can do to stimulate learning and ensure learners are getting the level of quality they expect. With the above thought in mind, School of Allied Sciences Salem and Puducherry VMRF-DU had put into efforts to achieve the ISO 21001-2018 certification successfully. by demonstrating its ability to support the acquisition and development of competent through teaching, learning, and research, enhance the satisfaction of learners, other beneficiaries, and staff through the effective application of its management system for educational organization EOMS, including processes for improvement of the system and assurance of conformity to the requirement of learners and other beneficiaries. As given by the ISO OPP, the potential benefit to an organization of implementing a management system for educational organization EOMS based on 21,001-2018 are a better alignment of objectives and activities with policy, including mission and vision, enhance the social responsibility by providing inclusive and equitable quality education for all, more personalized learning and effective response to all learners, particularly to learners with special education needs, distant learners, and lifelong learning opportunities, consistent processes and evaluation tools to demonstrate increased effectiveness and efficiency, increased credibility of the organization, a means that enables educational organizations to demonstrate their commitment to effective educational management practices, a culture for organization improvement, harmonization of regional, national, open, preparatory, and other standards within an international framework, widen participation of interested parties, stimulation of excellence and innovation. For instance, as an education institution, we did have an idea of the interested parties and the beneficiaries, but only we opted for the certification did we realize that we need to document the requirements and feedback from interested parties and stakeholders, as in clause mentioned by ISO, clause 4.2, similarly as per clause 5.1, we started at the top management level to work in terms of process approach and risk-based thinking. Another example is like we did have admission criteria in our regulations for students with special needs, but the documentation and the communication of the same was enforced only following ISO 21001. As per clause 6, which deals with planning, we have brought into documentation the action plan for all the risk expected, and this made our job easier during the pandemic, since the risks were anticipated and action plans were in place well in advance. For example, we had notified the risk of students not able to attend regular classes and the action due to some continual political rights. Our action plans design was to schedule online session, and this came handy when pandemic hit and our regular classes had to shut down. The certification has helped us to work more systematically and is in accordance with the other accreditations like the NAC. So it makes our accreditation process simpler, quicker, and easier. Constant reviews, updations, and communication to the relevant interested parties keep happening and stipulated timely intervals. The internal audits are organized every 3 months, and our faculty who are trained auditors identify the non-conformities and keep working towards continual improvement as per clause 9. The well-documented feedback mechanism from all stakeholders help us in monitoring, measurement, analysis, evaluation of ourselves and our system. Standard operating protocols of each process, starting from curriculum design, admissions, result analysis, etc., are well in place. This certification has helped us to improvise our existing process, enhance value addition, accountability, internal learning, cost reduction, pedagogical enhancement, in-house motivation, efficiency, confidence to stakeholders, and is helping us to continue our march towards reaching the future goals. This also helped us in strengthening the bridge between the top management and all interested parties, thereby creating a satisfied beneficiaries, and as sure led to increase in our admission rates. All our staffs are developed a mindset to look for opportunities in each of the processes, leading to the betterment of whole organization. We were impressed with the results of implementing ISO 21001, and this led us to secure ISO 14001 and also workplace assessment for safety and hygiene WASH certification from QCI. Proud to add that we are the first institution to receive this ISO 21001 as well to receive the WASH certification too. Considering the benefits of ISO certifications and to keep up the quality work, 5 of our teaching faculty have been given the opportunity to qualify and certified as a lead auditor for ISO 21001 education management system, and 2 of us are lead auditors ISO 9001-2015, and I'm also a lead ESH audit assessor. The adaptation of standardized method in accordance to with the ISO certification is all about the quality. The end result of an ISO certification is a higher level of quality for the whole organization and for every process and product. I would like to end with a quote by Benjamin Franklin. Without continual growth and progress, such words or improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Let us all make our lives and work more meaningful. Have a great day. Stay safe. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So a short video presentation about Vinayaka missions.
Volume is not there.
This is the right place to learn international standard techniques, deals with allied health sciences. We learn with joy the friendly faculties and your best in-class infrastructure.
Our campus is incorporated with WIMS Super Specialty Hospital, and hence it's very useful to study and learn with the guidance of doctors, renowned surgeons, and friendly consultants.
The encouragement to participate in national level events widely is such a wonderful thing. I experienced with School of Allied Sciences. We study, we dance, we play, we expose our talent and get promoted to this world in a great
National conferences, workshops organized by School of Allied Health Sciences, SAHS,
Our director, Dr. P. Sendal Kumar, is such a friendly person to move with. Every student should have a friendly coach like him to take up the studies in a successful path and to achieve victory in their career.
We have an enormous range of placement opportunities over here with School of Allied Sciences. This is such a fantabulous feature. You have to have offer letters with multiple institutes and to select the best one which we deserve.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank Vinayaka Mission School of Allied Health Sciences to take part in today's webinar, and my special thanks to the Dean and Director of Vinayaka Mission's Research Foundation, Dr. Sindhil Kumar sir. Thank you, sir, again. So, delegates, to get an ideas on implementation and latest updates, you can join a WhatsApp group. Any one key people from each institution who's particularly involving in decision making can join our WhatsApp group. I'll share the link for the WhatsApp group now in the chat box. So to get an ideas on implementation and latest updates, you can join a WhatsApp group. Any one key people from each institution who is particularly involving in decision making can join our WhatsApp group. I'll just share the link in the chat box. So to get an ideas on ISO 21001 implementation and latest updates, you can join this WhatsApp group. Key people who particularly involving in decision making can join in this WhatsApp group as the activities are involved in decision making. So I'll share the registration link for our next complimentary webinar scheduled on June 23, 2021, collaborating with another quality partner. The topic is proven effective technologies for online training. I'll share you the link in the chat box. The link for our next complimentary webinar on proven effective strategies for online training scheduled on June 23, 2021, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Link for registration. You can see the link in the chat box. give us a Google review feedback, Google rating on this link, please. Delegates, please give us a Google review feedback link, review feedback on this link. Please post a review to our profile. I request all of the participants to give us a Google review feedback. Please find the feedback for the e-certificate. And this is the feedback form link for the e-certificate. This is an auto-generated e-certificate. So please fill your name with proper salutation and your institution name in full. Please avoid abbreviations. And please type your mail ID. This is the feedback form for e-certificate link.
Feedback link ఏదని పాడుతుంది.
I request all the participants to give us a Google review feedback as well as please fill up the feedback form link for e-certificates.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
In the Google form, there is no any option for the putting the name and other thing. There is only option for the.
Yes, sir. That is a Google review feedback. I have just shared the feedback form for e-certificate link to you, sir. You please find it in the. Just now I have shared in the chat box, sir.
Okay, I have opened but didn't found.
Two feedback link could be there. One is for Google review feedback. It is a review to our profile. You can post a review to our profile. Another one is a feedback form link for the e-certificate.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. I request all the participants to give us both the feedbacks. One is Google review feedback. Another one is feedback form for e-certificate. Please type your name in full with proper salutation. Please type your institution name in full and avoid abbreviations. Please type your mail ID correctly. You can follow our Facebook page by clicking the above link. E-certificates cannot be provided to the participant who has not filled the e-certificate form. So please fill the feedback form for e-certificates. Thank you one and all for joining the session today.
this academic journal.